hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to Long Beach Lawn Bowling Club. Hello, hello. Excellent. We are up and running. So, we're here at beautiful downtown Long Beach Lawn Bowling Club for the Women's Nationals Playdown Pairs. Game 6 in this round robin. The Stars have finished because they had 6 teams, 5 games needed for the round robin, and we were thinking there was a strong potential for a playoff, and it came down to both games that were involved had comebacks that involved down to the last bowl, but Mary Speece and Trisha Kwan ended up winning their match over Susie Houston and Linda Roberts. Mary, with her last bowl, drugged the jack to win. And in the other game that was of import, it was Joan Robbins and Melanie Visner beat Maureen Ferris and Joan Armontes. And that came down to I don't even know how to describe it. It was essentially it was a measure, and Maureen had a chance for the last bowl to try and change it, missed, and then Joan Robbins and Melanie took a look at it and said, "We think we've got it." And they said, "We're not going to roll our last bowl." They measured, and they in fact did have it. So they ended up winning the match by 2. So with that, it put Melanie Visner and Joan Robbins in second, and the champs were Mary Speece and Trisha Kwan. So no playoff. So instead, we're going to continue with the round robin from the stripes, which we saw Gina and Maureen versus Stephanie and Jackie earlier. So these are the other teams that are going. So we're going to see Cheryl Barkovich and Heather Stewart versus Becky Rinaldi and Angie Irwin. And they're just finishing up the second of their 2 trial ends. And then we'll be showing you this match. There's 4 bowl pairs playing to 18 ends. Again, thanks to John, Bill, and Sheila Conti with their help setting up. We have Steve Dermontis on the camera. Gary Barnes, our producer in all things IT. And I'm Scott Roberts doing the blathering on here. And knock on wood, everything has worked. Everything worked this morning. And we're hoping we'll be able to keep it together. And then tomorrow we'll shift over to beautiful Laguna Beach for the championship for the men in the Paris Playdowns. We'll have the winners bracket versus the losers bracket, with the losers bracket winners having win 2. They've played 1 game already today, and then from the losers bracket semis, and now the losers bracket final is going on right now. So all kinds of bowling going on here in the Southwest. We should have a good game here. Didn't get the update onto the records, but I know both of these teams I know Becky and Angie were in the hunt. They were 3-1 before their last game, but I was focused on the results of the finals for everybody to see how that turned out. So I'm not sure what happened in the last game, but I know Cheryl and Heather were struggling, but they were in a dogfight in their last game, so they might have actually broke through. But regardless, there's 4 pretty good players here, including Heather Stewart, Hall of Famer. I spoke to Angie briefly, and she says, "I'm on TV too much. My 4th time on TV. Stop it." Yeah.
Just don't stand in the head.
Becky wanted to make sure she's got her camera etiquette. We've already warned Cheryl that we're going to start throwing things at her. All right. Let's see what color. Don't think the blue works. White? Let's go with white today. Let's go with white in this one. Alright, just finishing up the last trials here. And we'll get underway. Alright, so once again, 4 bowls each, 18 ends. We have to play it out because the plus points matter because of the round robin. One of the things I hope they do with because it is a round robin, is usually there is no cap on the plus points. The reason why you put a cap usually on plus points is because you're not playing the same team. You're playing, 3 games out of the many people that you play, and so it's not equitable. But if you play everybody, like you do usually in World Bowls events, then it's unlimited plus points. All right. Heather with the mat. Hall of Famer Heather Stewart. Going to start us off here. Where she got the mat pretty close to the tee, maybe a mat length in front and a little on the short medium side. Really good start. Really good start there. And Angie shouldn't be intimidated. Just makes it a bigger target for you. You just play it through the head. All the way up and through. Solid second. And it's good that Heather got behind and she wasn't heavy and narrow. It's pretty safe for her to be heavy and narrow right now, but Angie just really needs to add like a foot or two. Even if she adds a little more than that, it's okay. Just really wants to try and be behind. It's a good bowl by Angie. And Heather should be making that kind of her target. There's Heather coming on in. See if she could tuck that jack behind. Pretty good. Kind of Nice little profile though for Angie. Now she could hit bull, jack, or bull with this kind of weight here. Yeah, good shot there. I don't know if she got the point out of it, but it's a great bull. Nope, still Heather. And that's the difference between being this far through and being this far through. But still another bull in the head and just down one. A lot of opportunities for Becky coming behind. Here's Heather. Did it right back to her. Might have got a little unlucky by moving the jack. Angie should have one more bull. Am I missing something? Does Angie have another bull to come? Oh, I might need to stop him. Okay, so here's a photo of our champs going to the national championship. Trisha Kwan on the left, Mary Speece on the right. Congratulations. Nice photo, Gary. Angie with their fourth bull now. Now she's going to cross over and Cheryl will go. And there's Cheryl trying to probably split these two. Didn't get a great result, but kind of moved it around a little bit. I'm guessing she played that like she was down. So Heather might have come when she came heavy and narrow with this bull through. She probably, ping-ponged the jack and was down one. That's the only reason why Cheryl would play that way. Becky's going to try here. She's probably not sure the distance between the bulls. And still holding a couple of the Angie's green ones. Alright, here's Cheryl now. That's a little high. This is the danger with this shot. Yeah, she really, again, heavy and narrow through the head. And you're heavy and narrow. If she would have hit this half of the jack, then it would have gone this way, right to these bulls of Cheryl. So you don't want that. So just a little narrow on the center line. It's a good center line. Becky really should be kind of playing through this bull here. That's her own bull. She should be using that bull. Preferably to get to these two bulls here. I think Cheryl's just trying to draw underneath that front bull and use it if she can. Just trying to come off this bull here. Just around it. Alright, last one for Becky. Probably holding two, I think. I'm not totally sure. At least, obviously, at least one. Now she's on the draw. Still doesn't want to come heavy and narrow because you don't want to move that jack back. Yeah, that's okay. She was narrow, but she was short and narrow, so that's all right. All right, let's see what the count is, but Becky and Ange will be getting on the board first here. All right, 2 it is for Becky and Angie in the first end. I think it was Becky's last bowl that she drew got an account, I believe. Alright, hopefully let's see if Angie's been working on her jack rolling. A lot of green bowls in this one. They're distinguishing, but a lot of green bowls. Good weight. Kind of missed her line, though. That eventually came back. There it is. Good correction by Angie. That was good. Could have liked to have seen her add a little bit of weight. Heather should make a good correction here. There it comes. Yeah, I mean, an okay bowl by Angie, but it's just quickly, it's going to be a race to get to this zone here. They'll probably make another correction. Probably you'll see it closer to the center line from her last one. Over. Uh-oh. See if Angie gets one in the back. Yeah, this is much better. It's good there. I'm going to take that with good center line shot. About 4 or 5 feet through. Let's see if Heather can make the correction again. Pretty good weight, just couldn't seem to find the line. All right, Becky with one in the back. Not bad. Still look like anything within a yard will get you shot. Again, good road, just don't have the weight. See how Becky goes. Pretty good here. Is it gonna sit? That should be shot right now, I think. Cheryl's gonna keep trying. Just needs to add like 4 feet on her last. She kind of missed her line. Don't want to hit those closer. Inside half of that's pretty good. Oh, look at that bounce. Yep, that shot drawn now. Or caromed. Shot caromed. Yeah. Becky should still be playing around this way. I mean, this is the enemy. One down. She could keep cutting his hand. She's got her catcher here. Well, she's gonna switch though. She's gonna just attack this bull instead. She had good weight. Trying to back up in there, but I don't think so. Well, Cheryl holding. She wants to avoid that bull now. We've got little angles that you could use off of little wing bull here. Well, she's come across the head. Inside half of that one again. Well, she did it twice. I mean, both those bowls that are shot, she was pretty narrow and a little heavy, but she happened to hit the inside half of those bowls and have it not just like literally carry them off. I mean, it moved a good solid foot 2 feet after hitting those bowls. Becky's going to switch over, I think, now to her forehand. Got, again, this bowl that you could use the inside half of. Come to these two. She's got a catcher there. Inside half and in. Pretty good. It even flopped the right way. Might be shot. Heather's giving it a look. Says she's still holding one. Charlotte probably will serve to switch hands. What? They're going to stick with it. A little dangerous. Don't want to be heavy and narrow here. Don't want any jack movement. It's good on our own bowls. Ooh. Living right. 2 it is. So they trade 2s in the first 2 ends. 2-2 after 2. With some kind of unorthodox and like pulling the string on a curveball or something, just hitting those bowls and bouncing off. About a mid-range jack here. Give think I'll give everybody a read here on the speed of the greens. Do a couple and see what they're running now. Angie's asking to see how far that bull's. She's wondering if it's in her way. Get one more setting here. Yeah, I think it was about 12.5, 13, and it looks like it's about 12.5, 13 now, so I don't think it's changed much here. Heather just wanted to play off or through her own. Didn't get as great of a bounce. Didn't get a Barkovich bounce. The Barco Bank. Sending her back on this hand. I don't know. It looks like it's just going to push Heather's in. Maybe I'm not seeing the angle right. It's got to be under that one. Yeah, that worked out just right. I guess the angle was good. And that was pretty heavy, though. I don't know if there was necessarily... I mean, that was the action you wanted to come off that ball, but that was very heavy. So Heather could play that same kind of shot. She needs to add a couple yards here. Becky could get the lid off her chalk. She asked Sheila to do it. Sheila, you feel like a big, strong person now. Look at you. So, Gary, in the house, when you can't open the tomato, you know, the jar of pickles, do you ask Sheila to open it for you?
Absolutely.
Because apparently she's got the hand strength. Got hands like Popeye's forearms. Well, she's got an ice pack on her shoulder. Everything else is broken, but the hands are solid. Getting a flyby from Mary Speece, the champ, in here. I cannot repeat on camera the stickers she's got on her water bottle. All right, let's see what Cheryl's got here. I don't know if this is necessarily the right play. I'm not sure what she's going to try and accomplish here on this forehand, trying to come all the way back and through and pick up the jack. I mean, she could try that same shot on the other hand and try and get the bull or the jack, and she's got the second here. Even if she hits the inside half of that and comes in, it's good. And if she misses, she's over here. Coming from this hand, she's got that bull to worry about. So Becky's going to try this, which I don't blame her for the draw. That's a pretty nice draw here. Probably two now. And Cheryl's going to try it again. A little more on the draw this time. It's a better plan. I don't know. I just think it's a little easier to come crosshead. I mean, it just this you don't want to hit that bull. That's the thing. You don't want to hit that bull. Pecky's pretty narrow here. And just giving a look to see if it's 2. Well, still going to try and come crosshead. I mean, this is wide open here on her backhand. She's going to try the forehand again. Maybe they're worried about this bull up front here, but it looks like the line should be under it. I mean, everybody's missing narrow. Got these bulls and potentially the draw line. So, all right, CB's going to give it another go. Really got to get it out there. Yeah, good weight. Just didn't have the line. All right, free throw here for Becky Rinaldi. Probably holding 2. Definitely holding 1. And she doesn't have to worry about being heavy because she's got everything. It's even a thought to just come through with weight and play Cheryl's shot. Because if she could move it in the middle of this square. But get the 1 and we'll see if they get a second. That is getting serious now. Must be close. So just 1. So Rinaldi and Irvin take a 3-2 lead over Barkovich and Stewart. Going to the 4th end and is scheduled for 18. Take a quick look at the board and see if it's been updated yet. Alright, looks like it has been. So Cheryl and Heather have lost, unfortunately, their game, so they are 0-4. And Becky and Angie lost their last game as well. So in this group, it's really Floor Wright, Karen Billen are 4-1, and Joanne Hedgepeth and Mary Thompson are 4-0. And they will play each other tomorrow, and that will decide. I suppose there's an outside chance, but no, even a tie. So that game will be for the group to decide who goes. But unfortunately, we won't be here. We'll be covering the men, and there we have 1 or 2 games potentially to show who's going to represent the men. Flora and Karen won their game, and now they have their scheduled bye. Joanne and Mary are playing against. They're playing the team we saw earlier, Stephanie Johnson and Jackie Hogan, because Joanne and Mary had their bye the first round. So likely that game will. I mean, there's an outside shot that Becky and Angie have to make it. They have to have more than a few things go right for them. So. All right. So Heather's holding shot, I believe. Just looking to get the line right. Coming on that bowl is okay. There's nothing wrong with this. Pretty good bowl here. Oh, it just ran out of gas. It's looking nice. Yeah, Heather, you could just make her bowl on the bottom. She's probably about a yard and a half through with her last one. Oof. Really struggling with the line on that hand. In the back, that's still a lot of room to draw for the Hall of Famer here. Their weight's been pretty good in the last two, just to find that line. Just wondering why. And again, I think what we saw, quite a bit of it is, it's like almost kind of like a ridge, like right here. I think you see bowls that go outside as opposed to turning in, seem to just kind of drift along the line and then just kind of trickle, as opposed to really coming. And then if you're on this side of the line, they just go. And it seems to be just on this hand, which is kind of what happens. We're kind of on a little bit of an edge here. So it's not the end rink, it's like the edge rink. And all the greens are kind of crowned. So you'll find those edges have issues like that. Well, here's Becky. Good road. It just makes it a really fine line. If you have the bowls and you get the line, then you just want to live on that line and stay there. Cheryl's under it, and Cheryl just hasn't been taking enough grass. And not enough weight. She'll adjust on our next one. Becky was pretty close. Just needs to just drop a little weight. She had a really good line. This looks pretty good here. Very promising by Becky. Might be shot. Cheryl just wants to try and, they're giving her a foot to make sure she's, just wants to try and drop it underneath hers and stay away. Don't be heavy and narrow. Don't have jack movement. Don't hit that bowl in front. See if Becky can just add a little bit here. Unfortunate she hit Cheryl's. Cut it down to one though. That's a good ball by Cheryl. Good shot there. Actually, Becky promoted her own and put that in. Only shades of green throwing me off. Especially with the light. That's a good note for you over skip of something to note if you see balls that are similar color. Be sure to ask if you don't know. Better to be sure. Yeah, Cheryl's just out there, but Cheryl's holding one. Just couldn't get the free throw, but they'll tie it back up at 3. One more for Barkovich and Stewart. 3-3 after 4. Playing 18 ends. All right, Heather's pulling the mat up a bit. Trying to find a little bit of different stretch of grass here. Heather's going to try and just play this. Okay, we're on an edge rink. I'm really kind of like this, where I pull the mat up a bit and kind of go in the short and medium, because you're playing on the grass and not having to deal with the last 2-3 meters where you get some of the curve, and it should be a little purer. That is a good opener by Heather. Again, she just happened to be narrow and maybe a couple feet through, but managed to pick up the jack on the way. Even if she wouldn't have hit the jack, it would have been a good ball. And she probably, come in this hand and just wants to be up, be positive, trying to get to the jack or the bull. Yeah, pretty good effort there. And here, Heather, you just want to make sure you're through. Try and do the same thing if you can, but definitely no shorter. Yeah, that's okay. Much better for her to be there than to be short. And she, with a little adjustment, not far off here. Oh, great effort. So even though she's missing, she's put 2 bulls here. Now, the next time, or she could put another one in here, and she's got Becky behind her. All it takes is one of them. Heather now has to really try and get one in this zone here. That would be ideal. This looks pretty good here. Really nicely done by Heather. Really nicely done. I'm just going to try again. I really doesn't want to change much. I just try doing the same thing. Took a little pace off it, just trying to get a solid second. She succeeded. Great ball there. Heather's going to stick with that hand as she should. Really just kind of, probably because this bull's in front and not really that much of a danger, should be good to play it through here. Just something gentle to touch on her own, maybe just a tick on the jack. Not very heavy. Just make sure you're playing it kind of up to it is all. The thing she doesn't want to do is to hit her own ball hard and have it go away and then yours go away and now she's down one. She don't want to hit it hard. You just want to kind of nestle up to it. Angie's probably just going to keep coming and see if she can push her own ball in. And get behind it is not terrible either. Yeah, there's kind of a mix there. That should be best backhand covering the tee with that last one. Alright, Cheryl will be up. And again, I think Cheryl's wanting to play stick on this hand, let it come across the center line. Hit the inside half of this bowl to push it out and sit. Or you come through a little bit. But you really don't want any, probably not any heavier than Heather's back bowl here. Because you don't want to, thing you don't want to do is push this out and come across. And then go down one. It's close. A little bit narrow. We'll try and see if we can. I think Gary's going to go up and poke Heather. I think he hit one of Heather's balls in front. You tell the ladies not to be on the blue line so that we can see the jack, and then the jack moves and they're not on the blue line. Cheryl just kind of had a bull there. Becky's trying to be a little more positive with this one. Don't know if it's really warranted. And Cheryl's just again, it just really is just kind of a draw, and just really would prefer to be just drawing to here, not heavy. Wow, that kind of worked out for her. It's a little dicey, but that's okay. Get it to 3 there. But she's left this little wall now that she didn't have before, where suppose she had a bull in front and bull there. Now she's got a wall. And she's made it so that Becky's not trying to kind of inch up on it. Now Becky can kind of be a little more afford to be aggressive here. And here she comes. Jack and pushed it all the way back. Got a little care. I'm not sure who's holding. Steve's going to adjust the camera for us. He's already was on it. Get these back pulls. I think it's a measure between the purple and the dark green ball. So Cheryl should be trying to draw here. There's just nothing really to do. It's just too much junk here on the other side, so I'm pretty sure she's going to go the other way. Wow, she really missed the line here. Yeah. And Becky's going to try it. She had a really good overweight shot, just didn't get paid off, unfortunately. Got it to a measure when she was, but much better than it was. She was down 3 and she played with weight. Managed to hit the jack, it just ping ponged, it didn't go her way. At least it's a measure and not 3 down. So pretty good conversion, and not a chance to try and make it to get shot. I'm not sure how she's going to get it on the forehand though. And she just kind of got wrecked in the stuff in front. So we'll check that measure out. I mean, just well, Becky had a great call, I think, with the weighted shot. I think it was a good shot, but I just don't think it was worth it. She should have probably gone through the draw, I think, on the other hand. And it's stays one for Stewart and Barkovich. So they'll take the lead now 4-3 after 5 ends. But still a good shot by Becky. I mean, she was 3 down. But again, you could see kind of the ebb and flow of how that end went. I mean, it just kind of forced, Cheryl's shot forced Becky into the weighted shot, and Becky was able to convert with the weighted shot. Heather's got the mat up and then kind of middle-ish with the jack, so it's probably more like a short medium length here. I again kind of like it because it plays in the good grass and diminishes the curvature of the edge green. Oof, not very close with the line, unfortunately. That might be barely in bounds. Angie with a pretty good ball. I mean, she's a couple yards through, but managed to grab the jack on the way. It's Heather with the adjustment. Pretty good ball there. And here we do a good job of training the ladies not to stand on the blue dots. And then they don't stand on the blue dots when the jack is moved. Yeah, just doing what you told them.
That's what I said to Heather. She told me not to stand on the blue dot. With the jack moved.
And it's just, yeah, they can't realize that. Oh, well, that's right. They're busy bowling.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? And this is the far end from where we are, so. It's like Heather's still holding one here. And it's just a little narrow. Pretty good weight, not too bad. Let's see if Heather can make the adjustment here. She managed to tip her own a little closer. Yeah, not Angie's best delivery on that one. That looked a little funny. Coming out of her hand. She really leaned into that one. It should be currently holding one for Barkovich and Stewart. I get a chance to see the head here. And there's another one pretty much on the center line all the way in the back. That's where Angie's other bowl is. Really could draw either way. I think I'd prefer the forehand, but she's going to do the backhand. I mean, this is wide open on this hand, and maybe if you like that hand, the upside with coming the other way is, even though it may flat and hang out, is you've got this bull here that you could use. You can, I mean, because it's about jack level, you can hit it and push it out. Can't really, it'd be really unlucky to hit it closer. Yeah. And that's kind of the only danger is you could hit it and push it, your bull ends up further away, which would be, I mean, if Cheryl makes that shot, that's great because then she's holding two. Becky does that shot and then just happened to not connect properly. Cheryl's going to try this time now. Do the same thing. So that looked like a good idea. Yeah. There it is. 2 for Cheryl. Good ball there. And he's trying to steer Becky the other way. I still think she'd be alright on this hand because she could just use it and come in. She just happened to hit a little too square the last time. Well, it just wants to draw here because I think they're down. Let's see. They got a couple over on the side that you can't quite see. Just trying to do a draw here. Easy here, Cheryl. Easy. Okay, that's working for 3 now. Alright, Becky's got 2 to come. Again, now she's got the inside half of this. She could come to this bull. She get the jack, get this bull all from that side. She's going to go the other hand, though. She's just trying to whack something out of there. She got 1. And just kind of, Cheryl is to put it back and probably try to draw. Not up in here. Don't do that. Come back in here, behind the jack. Not bad. It's okay, too. It still didn't quite make it to 3, but they've got 2. Now it's just a draw for Becky on the forehand here. Just kind of hit that 1. 2 it is. 2 more for Barkovich and Stewart. 3 ends in a row. Now they go up 6-3. Cheryl and Heather scored 2 there, right? Let's see what they're doing with the mat here. Heather had been pulling it out a little bit. I mean, they've won 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5. I kind of want to keep doing. One of the first things Heather ever told me was, you don't change a winning length, Scott. I don't think they're going to. Sticking with this kind of jack in the middle with the mat up a bit. Let's see how Heather's first one goes. A little heavy and narrow, just maybe about 4 or 5 feet. And she's got a nice first bull here. Maybe a foot at most. Not bad. Gonna send Heather to the other hand. And see if it pays off pulling the mat up and going a little shorter, because Heather was really struggling on this hand. That's much nicer. Very good there. Okay. Angie, yeah, Angie's still holding according to Becky. Stick with this hand here, trying to just gun underneath Heathers would be ideal. Yeah, just short. Needs to. Heather should really be playing this kind of like a jack or ball. She's got a solid second. Just keep playing on this hand and try and finish here. Just try and see if she can hit the jack or the bull coming this way here. Good bull here. Very nice. Yeah, it's just going to happen. What are you going to do? You need to hit the jack or the bull, and you went in the gap. But she had really good weight control, and you're in a good position. And then next bull, try it again. And also you kind of put Angie to it. Angie could make a mistake and flick the jack to you. And that's good by Angie, just kind of keeping her high. Cheryl's checking to see if they're holding or not. I don't think Heather should really change anything. Just try it again. If she happens to hit one this time, that'd be all the better. She kind of hung it out, I think. I don't think this is coming back. So that's one of the other thing I see is like you have this jack or bull shot and you happen to fit the gap and then you try and adjust as opposed to just trying to do it again because just some imperfection or slight, it hits this blade of grass or that blade of grass and anything different than that and you'll hit one or the other. Better off just trying to do it again rather than trying to force an adjustment. Yeah, it's a good ball by Angie. Really nice draw there. Interesting head layout here with this kind of like wall almost on the center line by Angie's balls. Heather's got the two back ball and everything, this little curve on this side. Don't know if that front one's probably in the way. I mean, you could say come through here and try and hit the jack and get it over to these bowls or hit this bowl out on the forehand, and I think that's what she's going to try, either hitting the shot bowl out. Oof, this is way out. Becky probably just is on the draw and she can play either hand. Kind of like this hand too because she's got this catcher behind, so that she can make use of. Another nice draw here. Really good. Well, it's probably could be green light for Cheryl because now she's made the profile pretty wide. And with all the back bowls are theirs. That probably looks pretty nice from this hand. She can just get it around and cut the corner here. Not quite. But now she's given herself another back bowl. Here's the danger for Rinaldi Irwin. The opportunity for Barkovich Stewart is that square there. All their bowls. While they're holding two. I think was trying to draw another. A pretty big target. The only downside is it was this bull. You don't want to lose this bull, but it'd be hard to lose it with these two bulls in front. So I don't see a lot of danger. It'd be really unlucky. So I think CB's just going to let it go. Yeah, pretty good effort to cut it to one. Good bull there. Becky with another nice draw here. Really good. Really good. Makes it 2 again, I think. Cheryl might be coming again. They each have one more to go. I think Cheryl was trying it. She was trying to see if she can get the jack and knock it all the way through or hit one of these bowls. Either one of the shot bowls. Now Becky's just on the draw. Becky also could do the drag here, pick up 3 or 4. She's got those bowls right behind that are theirs. And she's got that bowl. She could sit for 3, maybe 4. But it's 3 it is. Great shots. Great bowls by Becky there to tie it right back up 6-6. That was a nice, that turned into a nice tight head there. So we're 6-6 after 7. See what Angie and Becky are going to do with Matt here. And last time we covered Angie, she was really struggling with the jack and just kept like flipping it and putting it out of bounds. And she's such a good bowler, it just seemed out of character. It just seemed really strange. Alright, here's Angie's first. You really like to get there first if you can. Put the pressure on your opponent. A pretty good opener by Angie. I like that a lot. And there's, I think Heather might have given up on the narrow hand. Yeah, it just didn't come. Yeah, not bad. Alright. I'm just going to try again, and she's just too narrow. See if Heather can make the correction. She had a pretty good weight here. Yeah, pretty good bowl. Just a little too much, just slight overcorrection. Angie wants to get back to her first one now. And Angie made a correction on her weight and she really didn't need to. Now she's struggling to kind of find the weight, being really short and really heavy. You see Heather just kind of like a micro adjustment. It was just a little heavy, and then now she'll probably be pretty close with this one. She got the line and just kind of overcooked on the weight, but she's got the line now. Angie with a good bowl. Just a little short. Let's see if Heather can just drop a little bit of weight here. She had a pretty good bowl as the yard through. Pretty good effort here. Looks like she might have done it. Yep. Cheryl likes it. Good bowls there. Kind of an interesting layout. I mean, outside of the... I mean, Heather has a tighter grouping. Again, the Heather with the, you know, kind of drawing through, making sure she's through and behind. Just has that one that's maybe no more than a foot short. Becky, I think, is gonna, yeah, she's playing on this hand, trying to get to the jack or the bull there. Got the jack. Got a nice little carom. At least one. Cheryl probably gonna draw all the way around her forehand. It's pretty open here, as opposed to trying to thread the needle between all the trash here. She might hit the jack too. Ah, she did. Just a little narrow. Probably just the one now, but a lot of room to draw. Just kind of getting into the end rank now because of the jack movement. And a little too heavy there. Alright, Cheryl with the just needs to make her adjustment. She came all the way across, all the way to the center line with her last one. Across the center line. She needs to take the grass. It's one of those things where it's not bad here because it hangs, it might help you. It should be shot if it's in. Cheryl's taking a look-see. Oh, it must be close. Yeah, they both say it's out. Not by much, though, but out. Let's see how Becky can do. It's pretty good here. That should be in. Yeah, nice pull there. Cheryl's got best back. Down a couple, though. She really needs to try and at least cut it down to one and get one in bounds. And she's just opted to just try and push it all the way out. So it's out again after the rebound. So just still the one, but lots of room to draw. There's more room to draw to beat the bull than there is to get it in bounds. I think Angie's got mostly the right idea. When you have a small window here and a bigger window here, I mean here it's out of, you're dead. So you're better off aiming for like here. Making that your jack. Cheryl just needs to get one in. Heather says it's one in a measure, but anything within 4 feet is shot. Oh, she's a little narrow. Needs just a tick on that one will help. Nope. Needs to deploy to shoot. Nope. Alright. So Rinaldi and Irwin is going to take the lead here. Don't know. They're measuring. It's at least one. Two. Two it is. Two for Rinaldi and Irwin to go at 8-6. We've traded our Montes on the camera now. Jones sitting in for Steve. finished playing today. And a barn burner again this morning. Seeing Angie both are kind of pulling the mat up a little bit, but Angie has been going a little longer with the jack than Heather was. And I am happy to see that Angie's getting her jacks in. This is a little bit more what Stewart and Barkovich are playing, a little more of a mid-length here. But man, we had a match we called about a month or so ago for Angie, just really struggling to. She came up to her afterwards. She said, "Yeah, I just don't like rolling jacks." I said, "That's a bonus. That's a good thing. If you want an end, you get to roll a jack. You should enjoy that. It should be a good feeling." Well, it looks like she's definitely put some practice in, because now her jack rolling is getting up there with her bowl rolling, which is very good. That's a great bowls there. Heather will probably stick with that narrow hand and play jack or bowl here. Just trying to play it through about a yard at least. Don't be short. Yeah, there you go. And that's just going to happen. So she made a good bowl. It just happened to go between them. Nothing wrong with that. Just make a little adjustment. Now you got a solid second. And then you just do it again. This is good. Added a yard. Like that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just looking to get another ball in the head here. It's just kind of, both ladies kind of hung that one out a little bit. This looks like a pretty good line here if the weight's right. What a shot by the Hall of Famer there. And you could play this as a pure jack or bull shot, no hole between. You cannot fail. Close here. Oh man, nice effort. And all it does, again, you missed, okay, but now she set it in a good position. So for Becky, now could drag the jack, and now instead of being worth 2, it's 3. They're got an option to put a second one in, or kind of float it around behind the jack to try and prevent that from happening. She came heavy and narrow, but which ended up pushing the jack further away from herself. So Heather came heavy and narrow and finished over here, and she probably would have been better off back in here and splitting these two bowls. So that she just drew to this line, so she could have played that same line and finished here, but instead she was way over here. Better off taking a little more grass and just put it right there in behind if you wanted to. But still holding one. Just you could see the danger right here, these 3 bowls that Becky could make use of. She's probably going to play on her forehand and come around, and she could chip Heather's out or get the jack back. Yeah, you could see her thinking. See, you could see her trying to come with weight, and it's only one down, and she could get 4. Yeah, Heather seeing the danger, calling for it. I think Cheryl's better off going this hand. she's gonna go that hand. Okay, living dangerous. Because you don't want to make their shot for them. Okay, worked out. I mean, you want to bowl in this area, but man, why not come this way? Becky trying again, kind of. A little less pace, more on the draw, and a hell of a shot there. Don't know if she made it. Yeah, she got shot out of it. Great bowl. She'll probably stick with that hand. She seemed to be just picking the forehand here, like she doesn't want to play on the other hand. Something to keep an eye on. Well, let's leaned into that one. Becky, it looks like another nice draw. She's really been feeling her draw the last few ends here. Just a touch short. Cheryl's got to be careful here, though. I mean, she really should be on the draw. Because just jack moving does not help her. She does not have a lot of position here. Probably. It might be one in, one up. Could be two. Angie's going to have a look. Two now. Because she had that ball in front. I think Cheryl should have been on the draw because she just doesn't have the position in the back. Becky's draw had a couple good draws in a row now. Hope just wants to stick with it. Looks really good again here. Just a touch short. Well, they're a couple down. Can't quite make out what they're saying, but I think she's, yeah, two down. I just don't know if they're saying anything else of import. And just not really on the line. Becca with a couple good draws there. All right, two more for Becky and Angie. Yeah, so I had it wrong. See, I gave two to, yeah, see? You were right. I was wrong. The last end I put down was two for Cheryl and Heather. So it was 8-6, and now it's 8-8. I may be tired.
I think you need an
You may be tired.
I'm just not paying attention.
All right, a little bit of a. I got the mat only about 4 feet up, and the jack's a little shorter this time. Got a good shot of the Arrow Bowls tent that we're all sitting under here. And thank you to Arrow Bowls for their use of their tent so we could keep ourselves and our equipment cool and not pick up balls of plastic and goo at the end. Thank you, Arrow Bowls. Alright. A little shorter jack, and not surprised that Angie kind of went a little too heavy. Not going to face Heather, though. Jeez, better weight here. Yeah, still about, I don't mind that. It's still only about a yard through at most. And interesting, they're narrow here. See if Heather can find the line adjustment here. Well, Angie got the back done. Just can't seem to find this little shorter weight that you put the jack at. Heather would be well served to just add a yard to her last. Kind of put the two together of one weight and one line. Be a stunner. She get her own will help. Oh, don't want to do that. Heavy and narrow while you're holding. And now it's gone from 2 up to 1 down. Did get a bull in the back though, but and now it just pushed it over to Angie. So she could just duplicate what she just did. Or pretty close to it. She's done it. Another nice bull. 2 down for Heather. I wonder if she's probably not going to switch. No need to. See, keep the same weight. A little more grass. Looks pretty good here. Looks pretty good here. No touch on that bull. Inside half. Look at that. That's well done. Back in the Hall of Fame. So I like to tease her when she makes a bad shot. I'll tell her she's on probation. And then she'll make the next shot and I go, okay, you're back in the hall. That was a heck of a shot there. Alright, had a carom on it. Alright, this is a good time for Cheryl to just kind of again, don't be heavy and narrow. You don't want any jack movement. You don't want to touch that bull. Being behind is okay, but you really don't want to be gentle. That's very, very, very good there. Great shot. It's always dicey when you can't see the jack. If you can't see the jack, then some people it throws off their visual acuity as to some people need to see it, and that's why you see people put a foot out like Andrew's got there. They've got a visual target, so you're kind of throwing that off. Not to mention the intimidation, like, gee, I can't see the jack, they must be close. Not a bad ball by Becky, a pretty solid third. Cheryl, don't want, again, you just don't want to, because jack movement on either side is bad for her, so she really doesn't want any jack movement. Heather's got the right idea of just trying to draw to that bull there. Keep it high. That's a pretty good spot. Not bad there. Becky's going to try the other way now. Interesting choice. I mean, it's just a kind of a smaller profile here to hit. And she's trying to hit it. And she hit her own. See, when you got a profile like this, if you come on this hand, then you're coming into the profile. But if you come on this hand, now you've got a wider profile that you're coming into. So you're better off trying to go because you can hit anything in that profile. And now she might be worried. I mean, if she was worried that that one was in her way, it's not in her way now. She could try it again. Personally, I think she could probably get it between these. And then she's got her own bull there. She's 2 down. And she's going to go have a look. I love CB. Cheryl Barkovich came over here and said, boy, Scotty's got to try and make it interesting with all these bad balls are throwing. It's like, good bowls. There's a lot of good bowls. So they're eyeballing this. Again, I go back to the profile and how it's turned. You can see the angle that you have here. And with that, I think, here's a good time to, like, do you know what the path of your bowl are? Can you get a bowl between these two and through? If you can, that would be the better place to play. If you know your line, if you feel it, then that'll be good. Even if you come up this outside one and use it to come across the head is good. So I think you're playing this hand about this kind of weight. But she's going to try the other way. So I think she just sees that it's clear, and she's just trying to pop those two. The danger is she doesn't want to hit her own bowl. See, the trick is if Becky plays that hand, hits this bowl, which is her own, and then that'd go that way, her own bowl would go that way. Now it gives Cheryl, all she's got to do is beat this bowl with her to get a 3. Pretty close. Just wants to touch it, not too heavy. Ooh. Oh, man. Living right. Three for Barkovich. All right, so Barkovich and Stewart retake the lead, 11-8 after 10 ends. It's a good time to mention, if you haven't seen it already, on our Southwest YouTube channel. I know Gary and I have put together, it's just the two of us, right, that do that, put together a series of heads for reading. We call the subchannel How, and reading the head. I think we've got an introduction. I think we're up to 5, or is it 6 now that we have that are posted? 6. We have six kind of heads that you can look at, adjust. We describe the head, go through it. Well, okay, well, I describe the head, so that way I take all the blame. I describe the head and then give you a chance to pause the video if you would, look at it and see what you think, and then I give my thoughts on what the head and what I think the shot should be. So we've got an intro and then 6 heads on there for you to see if you were so inclined. Again, just go to YouTube and look up for Southwest Lawn Bowls and you should be able to find it. And you can see my face for radio. Right there. Heather's got the mat up just a tad, but very short this time. It's only maybe 2 yards past the hog, so this is right in Heather's wheelhouse here. She's got no problems with the short ones. And just going to try this hand as well. I think you're starting to see, as you'd like to see the great players do, like Heather is, you start to see the heads get a little tighter. You see everybody get a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Heather should probably be trying to add a couple feet, no more. Just something to get on the line and be behind. Yeah, good there. And she's kind of missed the line twice here, narrow. Pretty good weight on that last one, though.
You ready for this?
Heather, looks like Heather's going to switch. That's kind of interesting choice after she's played the other hand so well for 2. I don't know if she's trying to just find that bull there. Not far off the center line there, so I guess that's all right. See if Angie took the grass, now too much grass. Okay, Heather's got a chance to play a nice little tiny drag here. Maybe take a little weight off. Just kind of tuck it around the corner here. Pretty good ball here. Yeah, look at that. 2 on the jack, 2 on the back. Angie really she should have been switching earlier. It'd probably only help her. She wasn't real close to the first 3. See how she can do. Coming in cold on this hand, not far away. Oh, good bowl. Just piece of the jack, just didn't move it enough. Oh, Gary's going to show you. Hey, here's the little. This is the tag you'll see. It's if it doesn't have a slide with my face, it's this. So this is our how and making the right decision. Gary Barnes, patent pending. So that's what you'll see on our live stream channel. So hopefully you like those, and we welcome your feedback. We're starting to take some of the heads from some of our live streaming games. I make little notes about which heads are interesting and then pull them into our instruction videos. All right, here's Cheryl. She's going to stick with this backhand here. Just don't want any jack movement. Ooh. Yeah, so a little dicey there with the bowls on the side. And again, you don't want to be. The setup pretty nice before, but now it's just 1. And they had 2. Now it's just 1. Again, going heavy and narrow. It just when you're holding heavy and narrow is not a good thing. It's more often than not. All right, Becky's going to try and come through here. See if she's got her own she could use. She could jack or bowl shot here. Take the shot off. Nice effort. Solid second. Now Cheryl should be following along and to just try a little drag. Again, just trying to draw like just in front of this bull. That should be the weight. And then hopefully you can get the jack. And that way, if you happen to hit it, you're not going to get too much movement out of it. Maybe she's a little gun shy now. Interesting for Becky. So the danger for Becky is to hit the bull. Yeah, that'd be great to sit, and then you'd be sitting for a couple. The danger is the back bowls again, because Heather got the back bowls. If you happen to hit the jack and don't stay with it, then you're probably pushing it to this very back bowl here. And I was going to say that's the other potential danger is you're pushing that bowl up if you're too narrow. Cheryl, yeah, Heather's got the right call, I think. Come all the way around. You got this nice, these bowls as a guide, this bowl in the front, just try and fit between the 2. You've got the catchers here. And Andrew's kind of calling it for her. Now. She needs to get around that front one. And it's really kind of, I mean, it makes the most sense. You just got to be careful. It's got to be on the draw here, I think, for Becky. All right. How it makes it a little interesting. At least you got something behind. So now Cheryl's more on the draw and drag as opposed to just kind of coming with positivity on it. Becky just kind of hung it out again. All right. Just one down. Just one more for Cheryl and Heather. So they'll go up 12 to 8 after 11. And again, those how videos that we made, I think the longest one is 3:15 or so. It's all between like 2.5 minutes and a little over 3 minutes. And then of course you could pause it in the middle to get your thoughts right and see what it is what you think, and then compare it to what I think about the head. So I hope you see those and enjoy those. Got some good feedback on them so far. I think the only other feedback corrective I said is you should make the diagram show it longer. I guess, yeah, I'm with you. Push pause, but pause is an option. All right, Heather again is sticking to this. She's been really on the line. Just seeing her tighten it up. We're going a little longer here. It's interesting this time. So they'll probably loosen up the heads a bit. Both ladies with almost the exact same bowl here.
Volleyball.
Let's see if they can both make the correction. It's just interesting they're finishing. That is a good bowl by Heather. But the wind is kind of gusting this way. I'm like doing the big screen instead of my telestrator. It's like, why isn't it showing up? I may be tired. There you go. Angie with the correction on the line. That's good. Alright, see if Heather just doesn't want to change much. If anything, take a touch more grass, just a freckle more. And try not to change the weight if you can help it. Not a bad spot there. And she's in a little deep with both of hers. So needs to take a couple yards off here. Just going to switch hands. See if she can come to that shot bowl of Heather's, I guess. Heather needs to take the weight off is more her problem. Yeah, about the same weight as the last two. Again, Heather and Cheryl, surprisingly, looking for their first win of this tournament. Pretty good bowl here by Heather. Great bowl by Heather. Wow, A+ there.
Back in the hall.
It gives Angie a chance at the Jack of Bull shot, a little bit bigger target. That's Angie looking like she overcorrected. A little bit better weight on the last one, but not Angie's finest hour there. See, Cheryl, I think should be just on the draw because I mean she's holding 2 for sure. Just got to beat this bull is their closest here. And that's at least 5 feet through. Don't really. I mean, you've got a little bit of danger in this pocket, but it's only a couple, and it's so far through. Plus, how's the jack getting there right now? It doesn't look like it's going to go. So I just think it's a time not to overthink it and just try and draw him. Maybe get a big number here. He's off to a great start, and nothing particularly close and put Becky to the test. Yeah, just kind of hung it out a little bit. All right. Becky really needs to try and get one. She's got the jack or bull shot. You know, you just draw with this kind of weight, and coming into the pile here is not bad. Should probably hit that one out, so she cut it to 1. A lot of room. Both these ladies don't have a problem with the weighted shot. Both have that as part of their game. Well, not a draw. I mean, he got a back ball out of it, but it didn't really need one. I don't know if Becky's going to try this jack or bull shot. She's going to try and keep pressing. Just see if she can draw it and just get to 2 here. Oh, she's really coming. Yeah, just kind of, I don't really know if she needs to come with that kind of weight. It's like ditch weight. Really, okay. Cheryl, lots and lots of room to draw. Really, just take about 3 yards off. This looks like a good bull here. Yeah, a little short, but it's in a good home and might be in for 2. That's the thing, is when you got a chance to make a shot like a draw or something, you know, you want to try and take advantage when you can, because you don't know if your opponent's going to take it away. And they're talking about it as to what to do, and I just don't know if her bull's going to get around there to get to the shot. If she's going to go forehand, I think she's going to go under that bull, and it's going to have a contrail on it. You can see that it turned. You see just kind of on the draw here. Good weight. It's good weight. Yeah, cut it to 1. That's pretty good by Becky. Kind of all they needed. I mean, maybe she's just bugabooed about the other hand. She could accomplish that on the other hand. Cheryl just got to beat that bull. Anything within 2 feet will get you a second. Yeah, it's too heavy there. Interesting here by Becky. Could take a run at it, but I just don't. It could go much, much worse here. The last ball, she just. See if she's going to try it on her backhand. Don't want to lose her own here. That's just going to go through. So there'll be one more for Barkovich and Stewart. 3 ends in a row, and they'll go up 13-8 after 12. We're 2/3 of the way done with this one. 18 ends in this Southwest Division Women's Pairs Playdowns for the National Championships for 2025. No. There's again our champs from the other group, since the Southwest gets 2 sets of representatives, so Stars and Stripes. So these are the Stars champions. Tricia Kwan on the left, Mary Speece on the right. They'll be representing the Southwest Division going to the National Championships with their victory this morning. See, Steve Normontis is back in, resubbing in for Joan, who I guess had enough. She'll be back, allegedly. All right. Heather's first one. And she went to go check the board. She and Heather having a conversation about the board and the score. All right, here we go. See if Angie's going to make it all the way down. This looks like a really good bowl here. Ooh, just a couple feet short, but a good opener. They're just a little, couple yards through with that last one. So they got a 5-point lead with 6 cents to go. So really, when you're Cheryl and Heather, you think not really worried about too much about making big points. You just really kind of wanting to win ends if you can help it. Just try and win ends. Even one is good. Just gotten to the point you played well, and you just kind of keep putting bowls in the head. Angie and Becky need to try and start looking for opportunities to get multiples. See if Heather can make the correction with both her line and weight. She's pretty heavy with the first two. Yeah, not shocking. She's a little short on that overcorrection. Kind of having 3 blanks here for Heather. Back on probation. There's Angie. Really wants to make sure she's up and to the head here. She's kind of got 2 short ones, and now third one. She's holding 3, but 3 short bowls. They're taking a little extra time on this one, probably to her benefit. She's gonna make it all the way. Short again. In for third, but still short. And Angie with another good bowl here is going to make it 3. Pretty good there. Well, given where these bowls are here, I mean, Cheryl's eyeballing it right now and trying to see. I don't think there's much of a draw lane. I mean, she can't really. I mean, she could try and draw around. I mean, this distance between the bowl and the jack is maybe 2 feet, I would guess. When Cheryl has such a good weighted shot, she might be worth it to try and come through here and say with a couple yards of weight. This is what I'd be thinking. Couple yards of weight, hit it weight, and say, and either hit this out and then trickle in for shot, or hit this out and trickle in for shot, or hit Heather's up, and then you also could trickle in for shot in that way as well. So I think it should be a positive roll on the forehand here. But she's going to go in the backhand and try and just do the clean draw. She hasn't been drawn particularly good. She's been kind of missing everything. I mean, you do have this bowl to worry about too, but the upside of this hand is if she hits this bowl and she could hit it and push it out, which I think might be what she was trying, or you just try a draw weight, and if you happen to hit it, you know, hopefully you get second out of it. Becky doesn't want to hit Heather's up. That's her big concern. Yeah, that's what she did. Again, she was kind of heavy and narrow. I mean, they had those 3 bowls in a row. You just didn't want to hit the inside one. You hit one of the outside ones, great. But you haven't hit the inside one. Now there's room for Cheryl to draw. She can come all the way around now. Just needs to make the adjustment. Got a good effort here. Just need to turn a little. Yeah, Heather says it's in. Might be two. I mean, it's just little things. I mean, it's just Heather's bowl was there, had these two bowls. It's your first bowl. Where do you want to miss with your first one? Instead, she missed narrow and hit that ball and knocked it up and moved the jack and changed everything around. When she could have just hit one of those two bowls, and it would help, or missed everything on this side and come all the way around to the back. There's something to get a feel for it. And instead, with her first bowl, she turned the head around when she didn't want to. And Heather's saying they're holding two. I think Cheryl's is one and Heather's is two. They're pretty close. So Cheryl just wants to try and do the similar kind of draw here. Again, you'd say don't be heavy and narrow, but there's not a lot of danger here. I mean, and gentle to here is okay. You just don't want to be like this kind of weight. And quite the opposite for Becky. Got a little rub to that bowl. Heather's having a look-see. Of course, Heather holds up her hand to show the count, but it was covered in her towel. I think it was one. But that is pretty funny. You hold up your hand to communicate and you hold up the wrong hand, the one that's covered in stuff. It's holding got a towel wrapped around her tape, and that's the hand you show one. Let's see if Becky can get one in here after Cheryl kind of threw a blank. Trying hard here. Little touch on the jack. Ooh, it even rolled into a little hole. Probably one. Yep. All right. Great bowl by Becky. Stops the streak of 3 in a row. Gets one. Gets a bite of the elephant there. So now it's 13-9 after 13. 5 ends to go. Down 4 for them. We've got a couple likes on the stream. Thank you very much. If you haven't dropped a like, we'd appreciate it. Or a subscription if you haven't done so far. I know it is working. You can get the notifications when we're going live or broadcast. We will broadcast. This will be our last game today. We'll broadcast next tomorrow, probably starting around 8:45 a.m. Pacific time for the men's pairs Playdowns final. And the men are doing a double elimination tournament, and they'll be at their final. The champs of the winners bracket will face the losers bracket. Winners who are playing off, they were in the losers bracket final 4 today, and they played their first game this morning, and they're in the middle of their second game now. So that's on tap for tomorrow. Moving to Laguna Beach. All right, and she's another good jack, good for her. Uh-oh, ice cream truck now. Gary, give me ice cream.
Please being stopped.
Yeah, this should be just an automatic timeout to go get ice cream. Yeah, Mary, where's my ice cream? Nancy's very heavy, put in the ditch, and Heather again continuing her lots of good bowls. She just kind of went up a notch in the second half of this game. That's really been the difference, putting a lot more bowls in the head than Angie has been. And that's been basically the difference. Both Becky and Cheryl have had their chances to kind of turn the head over or add to it, but really the difference has been Heather kind of outplaying Angie in the front end here for the most part down this stretch here. Heather's got a couple of short ones.
She's in the
She's
corner.
talking to herself.
Stand in the corner.
Alright, so here's Angie again. The last one was pretty good weight. And it's one of the things to notice is they're both playing this, what looks like the wider hand, and nobody, you know, Heather's got one on the center line, otherwise everything's been way over on that side. It's a good time to think the break is real. It's time to take more grass. See if Heather gets it all the way down this time. Short again. 4 feet. But good line. And she's been narrowed twice. Let's see if she can take the grass. Nope, she's narrow again, I think. It just really takes off when it gets across that center line. She's got 3 in the line over there. And Heather, pretty sure she's holding 1. She's got nothing past the jack here, so this should be through. Even if she's a couple yards through, it would be good. Well, I ought to draw a second one. Again, that weight was probably still a little short, but close. But that's the problem. If you have short bowls, they tend to collect. So you have a short bowl and then have another bowl that hits it, and just, you know, one short bowl can ruin 2 or 3 bowls. Well, lots of room to draw for the ladies. Heather's stepping off how short she was. He's gonna just try the forehand here and try and draw. Okay, I need both hands are playable. I mean, nothing really in the way. Just trying to put it together. And I think again, we just see that ridge where it just kind of, you get out too far and it just kind of slopes off and doesn't come back all the way. You got to get it just right on the forehand here. I think Cheryl's going to be coming too narrow, but the upside is those are all Heathers. So you can get away with it. She's got stuff that you can use. So probably 2 now. Becky's just going to switch. Now she's got to worry about getting underneath Heather's. Shoot that gap there. Don't know if she can make it by getting her. She might be able to make it around Heather's. Probably won't make it all the way to the jack, but I mean, all Becky's got to do is if she wants to play this hand and wants to go around, she could get to here, and that'd be enough. Cheryl's going to go the forehand, just trying to keep plowing it at ease is okay, but she really should be trying to use and come in this trough here. Yeah, it's kind of plugged up that hand. Well, paramedics are out again. Alright, Becky might have a good road here. Just the inside half of that bowl would be good. There it is. Probably in for shot. Going to be close anyways. Heather's having a look. At the very least it's close. Heather says they're holding. So now Cheryl's got it. She really doesn't want to touch this bowl. Heather's trying to get her to come the other way. It's probably safer. Just want to, I mean, you could go all the way around, or you could come underneath through these bowls, because they're all hers in front. But you don't want to get to this green bowl here. You don't want to get to that bowl. You don't want to touch that bowl. Oof, man. I mean, everything in this quadrant here, that's all Cheryl and Heather. so they could play that hand and she could play it through. You got this big target to hit. That's the upside where you're at right now. But Becky's got to try and avoid all that and just come in through here again. It's giving her a good look here. Touch on her own, really nicely done there. That's very good. 2 down now. Well, a couple of choices. She could play either hand to try and draw, and then just try and cut it to 1, or you're coming all the way up into everything. I'm just trying to blaze through. You get the promotion of any of these bowls or come all the way through. And that's what I think she's trying. Just needs to skirt this bowl. She's not far away. Look at that. Well done, CV. Great shot. Great shot with her last there. Now we're going to have to... last bowl, but Heather's going to chalk it for posterity. Let's see, was it just the one? Was it just one? Everybody says one? Okay. All right. 1 for Cheryl and Heather. 14-9, up 5 with 3 to go. Again, just winning ends is a big thing for them. They're not giving up multiples. It's like Cheryl's going to go down and have a chat and say, I think we should do this. I think they played very well when they've pulled the mat up and kept it kind of on the shorter side, I think. That's what I think I would be doing if I were them. But Cheryl might be wanting it long for some reason. Maybe what she sees. I just know when it was short like that, Heather was just really dialed in. Let's see what happens playing with these last 2 meters here. So it's about a meter short of the tee there. Well, Steve, you were getting bored anyways, right? It's just the camera. Yeah, see, it's just putting you to work. All right, let's see if Heather can keep it rolling. Yeah, wave it in. Yeah, great opener by Heather. That's exactly what you need going really long, is just try and get something behind it in play. And the bonus is she got it close. And just trying the backhand here. Again, the same thing. You want to make sure you're all the way up. She's several yards short. That's a healthy 3 yards short there. Heather changed nothing. Same thing. That's a mistake people do a lot. It's like this bowl. It's like, well, how far through am I? A foot? And they try and take off a foot and take off 2 yards and end up there. Better off just doing the same thing. Change nothing. See how much more useful that is. You know how hard it is to go this far and take a foot off? That's very difficult to do and unnecessary. Ariane's switching over to the forehand now. Pretty good effort here. Just needs to hit that. Oh, great goal. Great bowl. Good position. Nearly got it. And Heather just keep getting balls in the head. Just keep getting balls in the head. She might have been trying to take a little less grass this time. It's going to come all the way across. Yeah, and she really didn't need to take less grass. She could have just done the same thing again. It's just when it's finicky or difficult. The little goes a long way. You need to make very, very micro changes. You could see that Angie had a good bowl. She probably made an adjustment with her grass, changed the weight, and it just throws it off. They're going to make it all the way down. It's pretty close. Yeah, that should be in there. All right. Room for Angie to draw. She's got to make it, huh? She's going to be short. Don't want that. She's as short as her first one. It's a healthy 3-yard short there. Cheryl didn't see that bull who was sitting in the shadow of the light post. All right. Well, so you might not. That's the bull that. Those are kind of the short bulls from Angie there. So that's what Cheryl's kind of thinking about, wondering what to do. You want to try and get a draw and around. I think if I was Cheryl, and all things being equal, I think I'd be playing this hand here and just trying to finish in this quadrant here. And ideally, you know, you could get to this bull, but you don't want to cross the center line if you can help it. But I think she's going to go forehand, and she's going to finish narrow. They'll touch on Heather's would be all right. Not a bad opener. Not bad. Kind of plugs out that hand for Becky, but I don't think Becky would play that hand. I think Becky's going to go underneath and play the same hand and try the drag. See if she can get to the jack or hit one of those two bulls. Be underneath. She just played it narrow. So again, I think Cheryl's better served to play this, and now she's got two bulls that she could try and promote or come around to here. I think she'd be better off over there, because here she's got to worry about this bull. And she doesn't want to move this, and she doesn't want to move the jack. And she's very narrow with that one. Becky just needs some grass. Here she comes. Giving a decent look here. Pretty good effort. Good bowl. Yep, got shot there. Cheryl could still play this hand if she wanted to, but now she's got a little bit of a... Now she's got a little more of a reason to come and get into that bowl there. Well, she might hit these bowls on the other side. Yeah, she was coming with a lot of weight. Wow, that was always in the ditch. I mean, it's just... I mean, there's a couple bowls. There's a mix on the side. You can't. There's a bull here and a bull here that are Cheryl and Heather. So she's got that side. But there's Becky, and Becky takes it straight on through. Pretty good bull. Because they had the position there, it might be 3 or 4. Yeah, Heather says it's 4. Great shot there. Exactly what Becky needed. But all they got to do is beat and that jack. There you go. Steve's on it. Cheryl is really just drawing the tee. Yeah, like wherever Heather's at. Just cut it to 1. It's a pretty good place there. You got the 2 bulls of Heather's here that you could use. But she's going to be narrow again. All right. Well, Becky's got a chance to make it 5 now. All she's got to do is draw around. I mean, anything here, all the way around to here, gets you 5. She could play the other. The other hand's pretty. There's a little bit of traffic here and here to get to it. I mean, again, you're just like, what are you trying to beat? I think she's just trying to beat this bull here. And the jack's like down here. All kinds of room to draw. The main thing is just don't hit anything. You'll tie this match up right here, right now. She's made it through. It's just, is it going to stop or not? No, it just fell in. Just fell in sideways. So You know, it's a good time to be a hero, not a superhero. I mean, just there's a superhero shot to get it right next to the jack, but here would have been just as good. I would have gotten another point. That's all they needed. But she just little too much there, and that's it. Going to be the difference. That would have been a free point. I mean, anything within 3 yards would have gotten her shot. She just happens to put it in the ditch, trying to draw the jack as opposed to drawing a yard short of the jack. Somebody got a long tape. I think I see one. Okay, I got drafted. Somebody had to find the long tape, but 4 big points for Becky and Angie. Cuts it to 1, 14-13. Still anybody's game now. 3 ends to go. Let's see, it's kind of a middle long here. First within 2 yards gets the shot. Sticking with that forehand. Backhand rather. Everybody's kind of struggling a little bit so far with this end. limp it home here. Again, just sometimes when you're tired, it's been a long week, a long day, you just gotta focus, get back to basics, take a deep breath. Think of all the days that you practice, and just visualize it, make your adjustments, keep it simple. If you feel like the stroke is good, then trust what your eyes are telling you. All right, Angie's last one. Angie might be holding one, nothing particularly close. Wind is directly behind the player's back. See if Heather can add this 5 feet here. Is she going to pick up the jack? Is she going to stop? Probably shot. Close. Heather and Cheryl still with a smile. And some people lose and they just lose their minds, and they've done nothing but lose this weekend, and they're still last weekend also, and still having a good time, smile on their face. They're both very competitive. All right, a lot of room to draw. I don't think there's anything within 4 feet. I think you got a piece of the jack. They're saying they're holding it though now. Cheryl really could go either way, and that's what Heather's telling her. The main thing is not to hit that green one in front. Cheryl's gonna try the forehand, which might be trickier. And she's been very much coming too narrow regularly, but hopefully this will work. That's the center line. And that'd have been okay with 2 yards less weight. Becky was asking who's got the tee, and they do. Just thinking, rethinking. Trying to push Heather's out or push her own up. So it's kind of just trying like a chop fly shot, so to hit and then have her ball stick around while that ball goes. Even if it's her own, it's okay. Cheryl, I think, is more on the draw. Just trying to come around all these balls and come in here to where Heather's standing. She had a pretty decent line the last time, just needs to take off 2 yards. She's got a good line again. She still needs to take off 2 yards. Yeah, the wind's like pretty much right behind them. Yep, she got it this time. Becky with a good shot there. Hit into her own partner's bull, hit into Angie's bull and pushed it up. She took a little, switched hands and put a little less weight on it as far as the chop line. Went for the promotion instead. And Cheryl's trying to come underneath and see if she can hit Heather's and roll in. And she's done it. Touch her for shot. So she kind of had a three-way shot there. She could have come off this bowl and in. She could have come off that like she just did, or she could have pushed that bowl out. And she happened to hit that bowl and pull the string on it and back it up to get shot here. Big shot in the match. All right. Let's try by Becky. Got her own. Cheryl at the last bowl here. Really don't want to give it away. Just want a nice draw. Even it's okay to be short. Here's a time when it's okay to be short when you're holding one. Don't want to be heavy and narrow coming through the head and cause jack movement. Just a nice smooth draw. Whew, gosh, that could have been really bad. Very heavy there. But she get paid off for the earlier one, so it's 1 for Cheryl and Heather when the ones are big. So they go up 2, 15, 13. 2 to go.
They're talking about the fact that Charlie showed up there yesterday. On Wednesday. At the beach. No, it was on the woods. Oh, really? Yesterday. Wednesday. What's he doing there? No, Don said he was up there. He was practicing.
All right, so let's see what Heather and Cheryl are going to do now. I would think they'd want to go back to this, the kind of short medium. Cheryl wanted to go long, and that did not work out for them. They gave up a 4. I think they were better served to stick with the shorter, because that's where Heather was really cranking them in. That's what they've done this time. They've gone much shorter this time. Heather with a good opener. So, and I'll take the one where we get more bowls in the head every single time. And that's what Heather's been doing when they've been going to the short end. So I'm not sure exactly. I mean, if you want to play with the 2 meter or put it back there, then you should be pulling the mat up, because this is just right in Heather's wheelhouse here. Is to play this short medium here. And by having all the only upside is playing the different distances is really throwing off Angie somewhat. Seems to be struggling. The main thing is you don't have your partner struggle by the lengths you're choosing. Heather with another reasonable bowl behind the head. Didn't have any jack movement. Angie should really be trying this more like a jack or bull shot. Play it like a yard through. Yeah, she just kind of coming up short again. 2 shorties there. Just free flow on the swing. Even if you're a little bit through, it's okay. Looks pretty good here. Might be a touch narrow. Yeah, and then a touch narrow, touch short. And she might have a good one here. Might made the adjustment here. This looks really good here. Very nice bowl by Angie. A good time for it. All but a toucher. I don't think it got just touched, but it's right next to it. A great time for it. And again, this is why you really want bowls behind. If where's that bowl gonna go? Any action on it, that jack's gotta go back with the near front toucher. So you really want to be behind here. Yeah, Heather with a really good bowl. Wow, it almost made it all the way for shot, but a good solid second. Now the thing is to look and see. I mean, it's hard to tell because the jack is right between these 2 bowls here. And so if there's any action, the jack's going to get pinched, and you would have a better view, but it's probably going to go sideways. So the main you really want is if it goes all the way out to get the tee, or to guess which side it's going to go and make sure you have a bowl that's going to catch that. And behind, and Angie's short again, and it's just a killer. That's just a killer right now for them. She hasn't thrown any bowl up to the jack. I mean, this bowl that kind of looks okay as a yard short just because of the angle, because it's more like this. So this is like a yard short. This is 3. So while Angie's holding one, she's got no position. And Cheryl with one bowl can turn this all the way over. Very easily. She's even got a bowl here that she could make use of. She come off of that on her backhand or do like she's been doing and kind of come cross head. And she's had that happen a couple times where she's like put some kind of ultra whammy on it. Come cross head and hit it. The main thing is be up and through and hit the target. And she's through, but she didn't even come across the center line. Becky would do well to just, I mean, with this head, you're probably hoping to just keeping the one that you have. So just trying to play a little defensive cover. They've really got to get something behind here if you're Becky. And she's 5 yards short. And you know Cheryl's playing it positive here. It's just a question whether she can hit the target or not. Just another back bowl. Becky desperately needs something behind. Well, she's put one up and she's just made the target bigger, which is not a good thing, and she didn't add to the count. They are ripe for a problem. It only takes one for Cheryl to hit, and she's managed to miss it, and she's coming with weight. I mean, you've seen many bowls, she's coming with weight. We got 2 bowls behind as well, if that jack goes this way. Oh, now they might have lost it, because Angie's bowl fell over. Alright, here's Becky again. Wow, just going for the block instead, I guess. And it just, this is a different way to play, I'll say that. And I don't think she's blocked anything. Let's see if Cheryl can do it with her last. So if she hits the target, it's a home run. Oh, missed again. Becky's got last bowl and tempting to put it in her pocket. And she's got absolutely nothing behind. Bowl is a good catch. I just think she was just playing kind of with fear and just happy to have one. But man, if Cheryl hits that bowl, it's going back and it's 6 or 7. So, but it's at least one, and they're looking at the second. Just one. All right. Man. All right, well, it's down to the wire here. Becky and Angie will have the mat down 1, going home, and the ties do stand. Cheryl and Heather looking for their first point in this tournament. They have no wins, no ties, although they've been in most of the games. And they had a golden opportunity in the last couple ends. All right, here we go. 4 bowls left for all the ladies here. Last end. All right, a lot of these is who gets there first. Just a yard short. Again, just kind of living on the short side there for Angie. She's just really having trouble getting all the way to it. And Heather's not, probably could still see the jack. No, she's got plenty of room to draw. Just managed to creep it around. Heather's holding now about 2 feet short. And you're looking to add at least 4 feet here. Just ticks around. Don't think she's holding. Heather might think about switching. But she feels confident that she's going to be able to get it underneath, or if they're onto her own. She really wants to play through her own bowl and play this positive. Come all the way around if she can. She just really needs to get through. Yeah, she's done it. This is a wonderful bowl here. Probably holding 2, even though it's short. It's didn't promote the opponent. Becky says it's just 1, so again, the angle might be a little fruity. Let's see if Angie can get up into the head here. Just kind of ticked Heather's in for 2 now. Heather should be thinking about switching. Cheryl's having her stay there. That one bowl looks a little dicey. There's a bowl right here. Becky's left butt cheek, but there's a bowl right there that's away. Heather's probably going to try and go around here, get all the way to the back and to the jack. That's another nice bowl. Good position there. All right, 1 more bowl each for the ladies. Heather's holding 2. And all Angie's bowls are short, just like she was last end. This one's not short. I think she's going to be up to it. At least they got a back bowl out of it, so that could come in handy later. We'll see. Heather holding a couple. I don't know, it's interesting because Cheryl, I would say come in this hand and play to these bowls, but like Cheryl sees the promotion on these bowls, but from this hand, she sees it going this way. She always kind of sees things like the crosshead promotion. Heather's done it. Oh, didn't move it much. That's the downside of trying to come this way, is you don't have any, you're kind of fighting your own bowl going this way, as opposed to just running with the running surface that you get this way. Heather even has the catcher here on that side. But they get another back bowl, probably best back with this one here. And we'll go to the skips for their last 4 bowls. With Cheryl and Heather holding a couple and up 1 on the board. Becky's going to have to make some hay on this last end. Does have room to draw. Looks like she's going to go backhand. Wonder if she's going to try and go through everything or just draw it around. Looks like the draw here. Oh, did tick the jack, but she doesn't have any other bowls in the head to make use of it. Let's see what Cheryl's going to do. Cheryl's now going to go with the forehand. She doesn't really have to worry too much. Just doesn't want to hit this bowl. That's her main thing. Don't hit that bowl. And hitting these bowls is good. That's fine. That kind of breaks it up a little bit. It should be at least 2. Made it a little closer. Kind of took the hole away. This hole that Becky went through underneath. Angie's trying to direct her to go around now. One thought Becky might have is come with weight, and she could push this up or split these bowls and have them both go and sit. But I think she's going to go off for the draw. Not far away. Just tick that one. Oh, not quite. Didn't quite make it. I don't think it made it. Well, she's playing it like it did. Oh, not sure who's holding. She's trying to come all the way around again. Can you guys tell? Have they made a signal who's holding? Because from here, from looking that way, I would swear that Becky and Andrew are holding. And Heather's trying to call for her to take that bull out, so, or push those two up. Here she comes again, looking for a promotion or to push that bull out. She's not far away. Oh, look at that. Bing, bong, boom. For a couple. Putting Becky to the test with her last bull. Cheryl calls the bank and gets paid. Making a withdrawal. Looking for their first win of the tournament. Put Becky to the test. Becky and Angie zeroed this. Now is not the time to say when. Becky and Angie have to score this end. They are out of time. And if Cheryl and Heather are holding one, then they're done. Heather's telling her she thinks it's like 3 or 4. Well, the other two games are still going, so. All right, here we go. Becky's last bull, trying to get the shot. Reasonably good effort here. That's a little heavy. That's a little heavy and through. Cheryl's wondering if she should roll it. I don't know if they're double checking to see the score. If I was Cheryl, I wouldn't even touch this thing. 4 to measure. Well, I guess Cheryl's going to roll it. There's some danger here if she hits this one on the outside and pushes it in. But I'd be putting it in my pocket and saying thank you for the win. But she's not going to get very close. So I wonder if they're even going to measure the last one. So Cheryl Barkovich and Heather Stewart get their first win of the tournament over Becky Rinaldi and Angie Irwin. Good game, a lot of ups and downs. Some good bowls, some other bowls. People fighting the conditions a little bit. We'll hang out just to try and get the final score here. Rinaldi and Irwin will be on 14. Barkovich and Stewart, TBD. There's one game that's got at least 2 ends to go next door. Three it is. So they get the perfect 18. So 18-14 for Barkovich and Stewart to win this one. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast today. Well, again, as a reminder, we'll be back tomorrow for the men's finals for the Playdowns for the pairs, and that will be championship matches where the winner's bracket and loser's bracket champ will have to win twice. So we have the chance to have 2 games tomorrow. But regardless, we will definitely start about 8:45 in the morning tomorrow. So for Sheila Conti, Gary Barnes, Steve and Joe Normontes, Ivan Scott Roberts, thank you very much. We will talk to you tomorrow.